The martial arts demonstration hall in Beijing fell silent. It was September 2017, and traditional martial arts masters from across Asia had gathered at the China Martial Arts Association headquarters for an international cultural exchange summit. When the Philippine delegation introduced their demonstration of Filipino martial arts, Master Lu Chen, China's most respected kung fu master, with 50 years of teaching experience and a lineage tracing back to the Shaolin Temple, let out a dismissive laugh that echoed through the hall. "Filipino martial arts," Master Lu said in Mandarin, then switched to accented English for the international audience. "You mean stick fighting? Eskrima?" He looked at the young Filipino martial artist standing beside the demonstration area with barely concealed amusement. "These are basic weapon techniques, not true martial arts. Kung Fu has 3,000 years of documented history, philosophical depth, and internal energy cultivation. What do Filipino martial arts have? Stick patterns and knife movements, no internal cultivation, no spiritual dimension, no sophisticated forms, just practical fighting with weapons." The room packed with masters from various Asian martial arts traditions, karate from Japan, taekwondo from Korea, silat from Indonesia, erupted in murmurs of agreement, mixed with uncomfortable silence from some. Master Lu continued, warming to his critique. "I have studied martial arts for 50 years. I have mastered 5 animal styles of Kung Fu: tiger, crane, leopard, snake, and dragon. Each style requires decades to perfect. Understanding chi flow, meditation, and philosophical study. What does Eskrima require? Learning to hit with a stick." He gestured dismissively toward the Filipino demonstrator. "There is no comparison between 3,000 years of Chinese martial philosophy and basic weapon drills. Your martial arts are effective for street fighting, perhaps, but they lack the depth, the artistry, and the spiritual cultivation that defines true martial mastery." Several Chinese masters nodded approvingly. Master Lu pointed to a photograph of a complex kung fu form displayed on the wall behind him. "This is the dragon form, 108 movements, each with specific breathing, each cultivating different aspects of internal energy. It takes 10 years just to begin understanding this form. Filipino martial arts have nothing comparable in sophistication." Rafael Cortez stood quietly beside the demonstration area, his face calm despite the public dismissal. At 28 years old, he was a third-generation practitioner of Kali, having trained since childhood under his grandfather, a legendary escrimador who had preserved pre-colonial Filipino fighting systems. His instructor, Guru Manuel, a 70-year-old master who had studied under some of the last traditional warriors of Cebu, stood silently observing. Rafael had heard variations of this dismissal many times, that Filipino martial arts were just stick fighting, that they lacked the sophistication of Asian martial arts with ancient temples and documented lineages, and that effectiveness in combat somehow made them less artistic or profound. What Master Lu did not understand was that he was about to learn something that would challenge 50 years of martial philosophy. "Master Lu," Rafael said respectfully in clear English, "would you honor us with a demonstration exchange? You demonstrate Kung Fu's sophistication, and I will demonstrate Filipino martial arts principles. Then perhaps we can discuss what defines true martial mastery." Master Lu's expression shifted from amusement to mild irritation. A demonstration exchange between Kung Fu and stick fighting? He looked around at the assembled masters, several of whom appeared curious. "Very well, but understand this. I will demonstrate the dragon form, one of Kung Fu's most advanced sets. When you see this level of sophistication, perhaps you will understand the difference between ancient martial arts and practical fighting techniques." The masters rearranged themselves to create a larger demonstration space. Master Lu stepped into the center, and for the next 8 minutes he performed a dragon form that was genuinely breathtaking. His movements flowed seamlessly, combining perfect balance, explosive power, and soft circular transitions. Each technique was precise and beautiful. The form was undeniably sophisticated, reflecting decades of dedicated practice. When he finished, the room erupted in respectful applause. Several masters bowed in appreciation. Master Lu returned to his position, barely breathing hard despite the intense form, demonstrating his conditioning. He gestured to Raphael. "Now show us your stick patterns." Raphael stepped into the demonstration space with two rattan sticks. Guru Manuel stood quietly at the edge, a slight, knowing smile on his weathered face. What happened next shocked everyone in the hall and challenged fundamental assumptions about martial arts sophistication. Raphael didn't perform a choreographed form or demonstrate preset patterns. Instead, he began moving through what appeared to be simple stick movements. But as he continued, something remarkable became apparent. Every movement served multiple purposes. A simple stick strike contained within it a disarm, a lock, strikes to 3 different targets, and a transition to empty hand techniques. What looked basic was actually a compressed fighting system, where economy of motion was the sophistication. He demonstrated how a single angle of attack, one basic stick swing, contained 12 different applications, depending on the opponent's response. He showed how the basic figure-8 pattern that Master Lu had dismissed was actually a flowing system that seamlessly integrated weapon and empty hand, high and low attacks, offense and defense, all in the same motion. Then Raphael did something that made every master in the room lean forward. He had Guru Manuel attack him with predetermined sequences, and Raphael demonstrated how Filipino martial arts didn't fight style against style. They adapted to the opponent's system. When Guru Manuel attacked with Kung Fu-style strikes, Raphael's response integrated Kung Fu principles, but filtered through Filipino timing and angling. The system didn't oppose the opponent's art, it absorbed and redirected it. The moment that truly shocked Master Lu came when Raphael explained the concept of defanging the snake, a principle so central to Filipino martial arts that it revealed a completely different fighting philosophy from what Master Lu had spent 50 years studying in Kung Fu. Raphael said respectfully, "You perfect your techniques, make your forms beautiful, and cultivate internal energy to make your body powerful. This is sophisticated and takes great dedication." He paused. Filipino martial arts developed differently. We didn't have the luxury of temples and decades of peaceful practice. Our ancestors fought constantly, against each other and against colonizers, for survival. We learned something direct. Don't fight the opponent's strength. Destroy their ability to use it. He demonstrated as Guru Manuel threw a Kung Fu punch. Raphael didn't block it. Instead, he struck the attacking arm itself with his stick, not just hitting it, but targeting specific points that made the arm temporarily unusable. We call it defanging the snake. Don't fight the whole snake. Take away its fangs. Don't fight the whole opponent. Take away their weapons, their arms, their legs, their structure, their base. He showed how Filipino martial arts had developed incredible sophistication in reading and controlling the opponent's center of gravity, balance, and structural integrity. Not through years of forms practice, but through continuous pressure testing in real combat situations. Then Raphael demonstrated something that made Master Lu's eyes widen. He revealed how basic stick patterns contained hidden empty hand techniques, locks, throws, and chokes, all disguised within the weapon movements. The stick was actually teaching fighting principles that transferred to any situation, with any weapon or no weapon at all. The sophistication wasn't in the complexity of the forms, it was in the depth of principles that could be applied infinitely. Master Lu, Raphael said, you said Filipino martial arts lack internal cultivation, but we have something different. We call it sensitivity training. Developing the ability to feel the opponent's intention through contact, to read their energy and intent without thinking. May I demonstrate? Master Lu, now genuinely curious rather than dismissive, agreed. Raphael had him grab his wrist. Then with barely visible movement, Raphael demonstrated how Filipino martial arts had developed extraordinary sensitivity, the ability to feel and respond to the slightest change in pressure, tension, or weight distribution. Master Lu tried to move in various ways, and before he could complete any technique, Raphael was already responding, not through speed or strength, but through feeling the motion the instant it began. The room was completely silent now. This wasn't what they expected from basic stick fighting. Raphael continued, you said we lack philosophy and spiritual dimension, but we have lakas ng loob, a Filipino concept meaning spiritual courage, the internal strength that comes not from meditation in temples, but from facing real danger and finding calm within chaos. Our philosophy wasn't written in temples, he continued. It was lived in jungles, on beaches, in moments of life and death. Is this less sophisticated because it wasn't documented in ancient texts? He then demonstrated the Filipino concept of flow, moving continuously from weapon to weapon, long range to close range, standing to ground, one opponent to multiple opponents, all without pause or conscious thought. The sophistication was not in the complexity of individual techniques, but in seamless adaptability. Then Raphael did something that left the entire room stunned. He asked Master Lu to demonstrate any kung fu technique, any attack, any combination. Master Lu, now completely engaged, demonstrated a complex kung fu combination involving multiple strikes and a sweep. Raphael defended it, but not by using superior Filipino techniques. Instead, he showed how Filipino martial arts had evolved to work within any system. He used the timing and angles of eskrima, but integrated the circular motion of the kung fu attack itself, redirecting Master Lu's own energy. He wasn't fighting against kung fu, he was flowing with it and neutralizing it. Master Lu stepped back, and for the first time in decades, his face showed genuine surprise and respect. "This is not what I expected," he said quietly in Mandarin, then repeated in English. "This is sophisticated in a way I did not understand. Not sophisticated in the way kung fu is sophisticated, but sophisticated nonetheless. Perhaps more sophisticated because it requires no forms to memorize, no patterns to perfect, only principles to understand and apply infinitely." What happened next broke the internet and changed how traditional Asian martial arts communities viewed Filipino martial arts. Master Lu did something extraordinary. He bowed deeply to Raphael, the traditional bow of a martial artist acknowledging another master, and said in front of all the assembled masters, "I judge without understanding. I saw simplicity and assumed lack of depth. But I see now that your martial arts chose efficiency over elaboration, principle over pattern, adaptation over tradition. This is not basic. This is a different kind of mastery, perhaps more difficult, because there are no forms to hide behind, no patterns to memorize, only understanding and instant application." The video of that exchange went viral within days, viewed over 80 million times across social media. More importantly, it sparked a revolution in martial arts education across Asia. Major kung fu schools in China began inviting Filipino martial arts instructors to teach seminars on sensitivity training and adaptive principles. Japanese karate masters started incorporating Filipino weapons training to better understand how armed and unarmed combat could be seamlessly integrated. Korean taekwondo schools began studying Filipino footwork and angling. The martial arts world began to recognize that Filipino martial arts, developed through centuries of actual combat necessity, had achieved a different kind of sophistication, the sophistication of maximum efficiency, adaptation, and principle-based learning rather than form-based memorization. Raphael became an internationally recognized master, teaching seminars across Asia and eventually at traditional kung fu schools in China, something unimaginable before that day in Beijing. Yet he never forgot his grandfather's teachings or the warriors who had preserved these arts through centuries of colonization and cultural suppression. Master Lu never forgot the lesson either. 3 years later, in a documentary about traditional martial arts, he said, "I spent 50 years perfecting forms and cultivating internal energy had defined Master Lu's life. Raphael showed him in 20 minutes that sophistication could take many forms. Kung Fu's sophistication lay in its complexity and philosophical depth. Filipino martial arts sophistication lay in its simplicity. Simplicity that contained infinite application." Master Lu realized he had confused complexity with depth and elaboration with mastery. The Filipino masters taught him that the most sophisticated martial arts might be those that work with any weapon against any opponent, in any situation, without requiring decades of form memorization. Today, Filipino martial arts are studied seriously by traditional Asian martial arts schools. Techniques once dismissed as basic stick fighting are now recognized as containing principles of timing, distance, leverage, and adaptability that enhance any martial art they are integrated with. Guru Manuel, Raphael's elderly teacher, said it best after the demonstration. "We never needed validation from ancient traditions to know our arts were profound. But sometimes those steeped in tradition need to be reminded that sophistication isn't measured by how complicated something looks, but by how well it works when everything is on the line. Our ancestors didn't have the luxury of temples and forms, he continued. They had life and death that forged a different kind of mastery, one that chose effectiveness over elegance, yet somehow achieved both. Raphael didn't prove Filipino martial arts were superior to Kung Fu. He proved that martial sophistication can be measured in different ways. Complexity of forms versus depth of principles, beauty of movement versus efficiency of application, philosophical documentation versus practical wisdom. Master Lu learned that dismissing something as basic because it looks simple is to miss the sophistication hidden within that simplicity. And sometimes the most advanced martial arts are those that need no advancement because they already contain everything necessary, waiting to be understood by those willing to look beyond the surface.